Okay, it's not an easy road, but I'll lay it out step by step for you. Here are the things you need to do. 1. Start with what you love. Before you head off to the races, you need to get to the heart of what you love. You will never be part of the 1% unless you are doing something you are deeply, madly, obsessively in love with. And sometimes you won't know this right off the bat. To give you some perspective, in the video game World of Warcraft, there are a bunch of different classes you can play, and there are studies out there done to show how different personalities choose different classes. For the first year of my playing the game, I played what is called a shaman. The shaman class is no expert in any single domain, but rather a jack of all trades. As a result, I wasn't that great of a healer. I wasn't that great of a damage class. And I wasn't really a fit tank, but I could do all three. So at best I was a support class. After a year of playing, I realized that even though my class was a hybrid, I was playing it as if I were a 100% focused damage class. And I realized that I would never truly be a successful damage class as long as I stayed a shaman. So what did I do? I deleted my character and started over. I now had a clear grasp of whom I wanted to be and what I loved doing. In the World of Warcraft, I loved doing damage. Start with what you love. 2. Explore your potential. Before you can find your sweet spot of talent, you have to explore the extremes. The only way you're going to find this is to ignore the concept of mistakes and explore. Try new things. Test your skills. Combine strategies. And do anything and everything that comes to mind so you can better understand the frame of your own potential. Another great way of putting this is, as a musician, you have to know the dynamics of your voice when you're screaming at the top of your lungs, and when you're wispily whispering. Once you know where those extremes lie, you can begin to shape your voice within the two and float in that space in order to create emotion and dynamics. Never mistakes, always lessons. 3. Starting over. Everyone thinks the path to mastery is a clear shot. It's not. At any moment, you have to be willing to throw everything out the window and start over again. But the more times you are willing to do this, the more times you can reinvent yourself. The more you will know and the better you will be. 4. Find a mentor. Nothing will make you grow as fast as learning beside someone who doubles, triple, quadruples you in skill. I swear to you, the learning doesn't even come from direct now do this, now do this. It comes from being beside someone bigger, faster, and smarter than you, and you soak up their knowledge like a growing tree beside an aged oak, learning how to reach towards the sun. 5. The skill. If you want something specific, you have to be willing to let go of the other stuff. You have to give up chasing the money, chasing the validation, chasing the rewards, etc. And you have to focus on the skill. You have to spend all of your time on developing your skill. I cannot stress how important this is. I gave up instant gratification and validation to invest in myself and my talents as a player for the long-term benefit. No matter what you want, whether it's money, a title, or status, it doesn't matter. Don't focus on the end. Focus on the process. The skill. Skill is what will get you to the 1%. 6. Walk your own path. If you've made it this far, you are now in the top 15%. Congrats, that's pretty good. But in order to get past the next 14% and into the top 1%, you have to be prepared for war and fight your way through. If you want to be in the top 1%, be prepared to trust your inner voice and no one else. This is where mentors are extremely helpful because they help make that voice stronger by adding their own. They help remind you of your dream and stand by your side to make it happen. Walk your own path. Stay true to your goal. And every time someone tells you to give up or not to press forward, use that as fuel to launch yourself further. Channel your anger and frustration. Turn it into inspiration. 7. Anybody can get it. The hard part is keeping it. So now you have made it. The top 1% and a title to match. Every single person in the world knows that you are among the most talented, the most successful. In real life, this would be the mansion, the Ferrari, the dapper suit, and the beautiful blonde, the fitting title of CEO or your name in the big lights. You have it all. Now the question becomes, do you have what it takes to stay there? Over time, this made it easier and easier to make mistakes and not be hard on me. It made it easier to get rewards and external approval without having to work all that hard. And sure enough, the next kid who was grinding and putting in work started to catch up to me, until I was no longer the best. I had stopped putting in the tough work. I had stopped focusing on the skill. As much work as it takes to get into the top 1%, it takes even more work to stay there.